this guy.
You talked about legacy.
Former NBA player and current basketball analyst for ESPN, Kendrick Perkins. To put it mildly, he may be in trouble. And it stems from this company that Perkins serves as co-founder. It's called Nilly. From Dan Murphy, who is technically Perkins' co-worker at the four-letter network, he writes, Nilly offers upfront payments to athletes in exchange, this is from media, for a percentage of NIL earnings. Nilly is also given exclusive NIL rights, meaning only the company will be able to use or sell an athlete's likeness for a period of time. I'll get to Murphy's write-up in a moment. Perkins teamed up with this dude, though, Christopher Ricciardi, who ESPN calls a Wall Street veteran. Depending on how you feel about Wall Street may dictate your feelings on this. Nilly is also supported by Harlan Capital Partners, who have been in the investment game for quite some time. Many media reports are indicating that they are committing around or at $200 million. From Sports Illustrated, Nilly has faced scrutiny, with some questioning whether the model takes advantage of broke student athletes needing quick cash. It's been labeled in one word via CBS Sports, ESPN, and other major outlets in sports media as predatory. In essence, the scheme goes like this. Nilly offers cash upfront, okay? Anywhere from $25,000 into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. This company will get exclusive rights to use or sell the athlete's name, image, and likeness for up to 7 years. And the company and its investors, just had something come up. The company and its investors receive between 10% and 50% of the player's NIL earnings during that time period. I need to be very clear about this. There are experts who have said, you are trying to, and I'm summarizing, you're trying to get like a 17 or 18-year-old to sign up with your company and you're giving them cash up front, but you're going to, in a way, to an extent, control what they do for the next 7 years? That's a warning. 7 years when you're 18, a lot is going to change. And Perkins is playing up the angle, which is true to an extent, but in this instance, it seems kind of meh, which is, hey, who hasn't been there when you can't afford groceries? Who hasn't been there when, you got to keep the water running and you got to pay rent? And I get that. But I do side with the experts who are saying you're going to control this young person essentially for 7 years. That's a long time. And that expert would go on to say in the ESPN piece, usually we'd advise, someone who could potentially be on the up and up through sports, do a year, which is a wide difference between what Perkins is offering and what others would say is a little bit more compliant with reality and with someone's situation. Murphy would write in what I have to say is a must-read piece. Several agents, athletic department employees, and others who work in the college sports industry would tell the network they were unaware of any other company that was paying college athletes in exchange for a cut of their NIL earnings. They would also obtain a contract, which I think is eye-opening, that showed Nilly signed a senior in high school and compensated all of their athletes, by the way, are football and basketball up to this point. Compensated the athlete $50,000. In return, they would obtain the agreement. They solidify his name, image, and likeness rights for 7 years, and the company gets a 25% cut of his future earnings in name, image, and likeness, which is up to $125,000. In the agreement, the player must do monthly posts on his social media, which I'm really not all that surprised about. Considering the systems in place when it comes to high school football and basketball highlights, recruiting videos. All it takes is for ESPN or CBS Sports or Fox Sports to start pushing out this person, in other sports, running track. Or, this dominant swimmer is taking over high school sports, and then their Instagram starts exploding. There are some high school athletes who have over 1 million followers, over 500,000 followers on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of them. So it's not surprising that Nilly would say, hey, as part of the agreement, we're going to utilize your social media. Because that is a place where, whether it is, future fans, current fans, media types, any others in certain industries that could benefit, they will follow these people and those numbers will be bloated. They also want, in the contract that ESPN obtained, Nilly wants this high school senior to do 10 autograph sessions or sign 10 autographs. And additionally, they need to make at least one public appearance per calendar year. What that is, we'll see. Michael Haddix Jr. serves as the chief executive officer of Scout. He would give the following quote: "To me, it feels like you are preying on people who need the capital now and using that to cloud their focus on the future. It feels predatory, and it's capitalizing on young people who need money and haven't thought through the long-term implications." See, that is what gets me, man. That is exactly what gets me, is that I know they see it as like a long-term investment, and that's probably their reasoning for giving X amount of dollars up front in a formula that they sort of went over in the ESPN piece. And this is also where the predatory quote comes from. The word predatory comes from is this quote, where it's being run with in different headlines here and there. But Haddix Jr. is right on the money. He's right on the money here when he says young people who need money haven't thought through the long-term implications. Because what Nilly, in my opinion, is appearing to do is pigeonhole these future athletes in college, potential draftees is what they're banking on, by saying, we're going to give you a bunch of cash now, but really it's on us. We're the ones taking the risk here. We're the ones giving you money, and we don't even know if you're going to pan out as an athlete at all. But for those 17-year-olds and 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds, it's like, yeah, I need the cash, and it's not a given that I'm going to be great, but I would be getting this now, and I would be able to provide. That's how they see it. Chris Peterson, though, a professor of law at Utah, I believe the University of Utah, an ex-advisor for the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, would give a startling quote, in my opinion. He said some of the fine print in Nilly resembled financial products that serve as loans. His quote, a quote, "These are trashy products designed to take advantage of young kids." And to that I say, damn. Damn. I will also say this. What I think is important in this day and age, everybody wants to be entertained, and ESPN signing Cam Newton is certainly another peel of the 2024 sports media onion that's just showing itself, and what the biggest sports network of all time is advocating for. We need this. I have talked about this time and time and time again. ESPN decimating parts of their press room, letting go of reporters, letting go of writers, letting go of journalists, award-winning journalists, for who they are allocating that money towards, is troublesome. Because we need to know this stuff, which will benefit not just us from understanding what certain companies are doing and potentially preying on younger kids, but also those who could potentially be preyed on. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports, and or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.